On behalf of Dr. Terry Johnson and our spiritual care team, we welcome you to the week of spiritual emphasis. Our theme for this week is Be Refreshed, Be Renewed, Be Restored. This week has been set aside as an opportunity for us, the Adventist Health Portland family, to pause to be refreshed. We have chosen speakers from our community to take us on this journey of renewal and reflection. Our hope is that you will experience hope and refreshing during this week. Our speaker for today is Violeta Bilan. Violeta is the associate pastor at the Sunnyside Adventist Church. She's originally from Ukraine and has served in ministry in various settings. Her belief is that a life inspired by God's design of selflessness and other-centered love has beauty and meaning in any season. Violeta, welcome to our Adventist Health Portland family.
Hello friends, this is Violeta Bilan. I'm your neighbor pastor from Sunnyside Church. I'm extremely grateful to your spiritual care team that they invited us to take part in your week of spiritual emphasis. It was delightful for me to find out that mission statement of my organization and your organization have something in common. There are many things in common, but one specific that I liked is that we exist to inspire. You exist to live out God's love, to inspire people for health, wholeness, and hope. And we want to inspire people to create community that is transformed by Jesus. It's a privilege for us to work side by side. And let me tell you one thing, that I personally greatly appreciate each one of you. I know that you're here for us. You are here day in and day out. You've been here through COVID. You're here when we are in a health crisis. You're here when we need you the most. You are understaffed. You are overworked. You're exhausted, but you're here. Courageous, compassionate, and constant. We see you, we appreciate you, and we pray for you and for your loved ones. And today, I'm so honored to be able to reflect with you on one of the core values of our corporate culture that not only makes this organization special, not only helps us to inspire people around us, but also adds to the quality of our life. And this value is to be welcoming. You know, I'm a newcomer. I came to this country 20 years ago, and I have a privilege of comparing two different cultures. And I can tell that American culture in general is very polite and a courteous culture. I've never been treated rudely or disrespectfully in many, many years. But I can tell you that politeness and being welcome is like being tolerant and celebrating somebody's life. How do you like this definition? Welcoming is embracing another person as a gift sent by God into our life in this particular moment. I understand that sometimes, you probably have heard that best gifts in life come wrapped in fears. And in your case, those gifts can come wrapped in anger or confusion or frustration, or sometimes in a dirty, stinky clothes, or God knows what. But nevertheless, those people are still a gift sent by divine providence into our life in this particular moment. Out of billions of people on this planet, out of thousands of people, millions of people in this country, out of thousands of people in this particular city, and out of hundreds of people in this hospital, these particular individuals happen to get into encounter with you. And it's not a coincidence. It's a custom-made circumstance that God placed into your life. Each person has ability to bring something awesome, to bring something unusual, to bring something that can be realized in us and come to surface only if we encounter this particular person. Nowadays, attention is a currency of love. We see a lot, we read a lot, we listen to a lot of different information, but rarely we feel like we're actually seen. like we are known, when we are noticed, when somebody's attention focused on us. Coming here, people have that expectation to be seen. Maybe this is why Dr. House is so popular, because this cranky doctor, he is able to see in people something that other people cannot. And it makes them feel special, known, and even loved in spite of harsh interactions. In our life, we care for people by seeing them. We were created as children of light. We are created to be seen, to live in open. And quite often, we have to live in the shadow. We cannot be fully known. We hide something that is not extremely, on our opinion, attractive or our strength. And that takes a lot of energy from us and steals the quality of life that we may have otherwise. And in this context, best gift that we can give people is just welcome them, seeing them, and accept them as a gift of God. I strongly believe that we cannot give something that we do not have ourselves. And this is why it's so important at this time to be able to extend that welcoming culture to ourselves first. Each one of us, we are a gift of God. We were placed in this particular time, in this particular place, in this particular situation with a purpose. We are not simply enough, but we are uniquely equipped to deal with whatever we are dealing at this point, because we have very unique experience, very unique skills, very unique roles, and you can continue. And that allows us to be who we are, not to believe that our worth, institutional or personal, depends on our achievements or on our performance. But we are worthy just because we are human beings, because God invested in us, because of our experiences and our personality and our set of gifts and skills. We are who we are. And we can treat people who come to us not because they deserve something, and sometimes in spite of certain things that they do or say, but just because they're humans, because they're unique, and because they were placed in our life by divine providence. And allowing ourselves to be seen, allowing ourselves to be who we are, and allow space for mistakes, for hard days, for certain struggles, we are able to extend that welcoming attitude to people around us as well. And without experiencing that, it's really hard. We cannot afford to do it for somebody else. And in this case, I'm so grateful that our God and His love is constantly available for us, and understanding the fact that He is the one who models that welcoming culture. Because He tells us, in any circumstances of life, you're welcomed. Come. If you don't have wisdom, if you feel confused about something, if you're not sure that you know how things work, you're welcome to come. And He is promising to give you wisdom, to give you insight, to give you guidance that you need. So you can do your best in that particular situation where you are. God is welcoming us with all our regrets and sense of shame and sense of personal incompetence. He tells, if your faults, if your mistakes are blood red, I'm going to make them snow white. Come, welcome. You're welcomed into my presence. If we experience our low days, He says, welcome, come to me, all who are burned out. Come to me, all who are weary, all who are tired, all who are carrying heavy burdens. Come to me, and I will give you rest. I'll give you peace. I'll give you shalom. I'll give you that well-being that we're trying to inspire in others. And experiencing this acceptance, that welcoming atmosphere of God's presence, we can create it for ourselves here in this hospital. then we as a team of caregivers, we can be there for people. And people with their brokenness, they can come and know that their social worker can see their messiness of their circumstances and still welcome them in. They can meet with financial department and they would see their financial brokenness and they would still welcome and try to help. Medical personnel will see brokenness of their bodies, but they would be still welcomed and taken care of. Our spiritual care team can see emotional, spiritual brokenness and suffering, and they still welcome, they still celebrate each one of us as a gift that God sent into this particular place, in this particular time. Again, we can be welcoming only if we experience that welcoming ourselves. In a medical setting, probably the most appropriate thing would be to say that in this case, it's better to give than to receive. It's better to be on the given side than on the receiving side. However, in relationship with God, we all are on the receiving side because we all come to Him with our reality. And again, God reminds us that He wants us to live in light. He wants us to live in light of His presence, His transforming presence. He welcomes us so we can welcome people. And we can be seen ourselves to inspire people. You know, when we perform, when we do our best, when we show only our good sides, we can impress people. But if we want to inspire people, we need to be real. We need to experience that transforming grace that gives us freedom and safety to be who we are. And I'm so grateful that because of God's unending grace and wisdom and mercy, we can afford it in the most challenging times. And I'm glad that this week of spiritual emphasis reminds us what a wonderful God we have and what a wonderful team we have here. Again and again, live through that welcoming culture and be glad and grateful that we are part of it, that we're on God's team. And in the process of that experience, each one of us can be truly refreshed, renewed, and restored. Again, thank you so much for being here, for all of us, for our community. May God bless you.